As we keep going on and keep trying to discover who we are, we start realizing that the inner becomes more important than the outer. I think what we as a society has confused, finding someone else to complete you while you not being complete. You have to understand that partnerships sometimes are just like complementing each other. The only difference is right nowadays we've fallen victims to lust. And lust is very accessible through technology, be it through pornography, Facebook, and all the social media and all this stuff. The hypersexualization of everything. And right now we are just valuing basically the body instead of the mind, the soul, the more personal aspects of the human being. The thing is, I feel we've devolved into a species that's been misguided completely throughout eons, unfortunately. As the Bible does mention that this is hell itself, so all the architecture, as I've mentioned, everything that's been built in these lands has been done through flesh and blood, because these lands had to be conquered along with people being quote-unquote sacrificed in order to enable having all these buildings and houses and such, as I was mentioning in the last talk I did. And it's a little bit of a crazy aspect. Humanity has to eat itself in order to rejuvenate. This is why I also believe, and this might be a whole different subject, but it really doesn't matter if you're a vegetarian or if you're a carnivore. If you understand that you're taking life away from plants, either way, you're still taking life away from animals, and we're animals ourselves. And there have been predators that used to prey on us, so imagine imagine all that coming back to us. That's why there's so much things that we don't know about. So many things that, like right now, I'm walking on this concrete jungle instead of walking on a grounded jungle. We've really descended into a different type of species that has manifested through the very ideas and ideals of those that pass them on. And those that control the information are the ones that can manifest their ways into society. This is why this has gone astray. If we want to go back into history, I know I'm probably just talking all gibberish, and most of this won't make sense because you're like, damn, this guy's fucking crazy. What the fuck's he talking about? But it's different topics that may interrelate with each other. So, after the end of World War II, the Nazis, Hitler, killed himself basically, or offed himself, and we went on to all those Nazi scientists coming over to America and Russia, which back then was the USSR, communist country. In America, it was under Operation Paperclip, and under Russia, I really don't remember. I've read about it, but when you connect these things, many of these Nazi scientists had all this information that Hitler possessed. Yes, the Austrian painter. Hitler was not German, he was Austrian. And it included so many things, practices within the occult and such, and this is why we've reached this point. We've been guided or misguided in a way that all this technology and stuff that's being brought to us is being infiltrated into us through our minds. We're being pre-programmed, or how they call this, predictive programming, into accepting all this That's how it's always worked. As I've mentioned, it's not enslavement of the human being. We don't have chains on these arms anymore. It's enslavement of the mind that they seek. They seek to destroy the paternal and maternal. They need to coexist among each other in order to flourish we as a humanity. Or as is mentioned in the last video, it's not gonna end pretty because there's so many factors at play here, along with inflation, all the stuff about COVID. And if you guys want my ideas on COVID, that's a little bit more complex. I kind of saw that coming. I never got vaccinated. I kind of figured that at some point this would happen because we're under a mass hypnosis. The human being really needs to open their mind more. Realize that cultures, realize that race, realize that all this stuff really doesn't make us. The only thing we have connected and intertwined with us is that we are humans. That is the biggest factor of them all. We're humans that have come from struggling families, that have come here to America, or maybe even been here in America to make a better living. But unfortunately, within these times, with inflation, with the infinite amount of printing of money, it's just becoming a little bit difficult to even function in the society, and the middle class is being pushed out. And there's so much going on within that, but I believe we as human beings can come together. We're not as bad as the television or social media portrays us to be. Don't let too many of these things hypnotize your mind into believing and submitting into their new world order. I hope you guys enjoy my voice a little bit more. I've been told my voice is pretty nice sounding, so I'm doing a little bit more voicing. Maybe a little bit of a ASMR, I guess, with all the random noises here in New York. My tattoo. I hope you guys enjoy this, and I'll try to keep talking a little bit more. Thank you for listening, for doing my random ramble.